Yo, this your boy. What's going on, you people out there, man? Thank you for tuning in to the FairWeather Fan channel. This is your boy EC22, and this is the FairWeather Fan channel. Like, subscribe, share, but most of all, leave comments because we want you to join this conversation. And in the house, we got everybody's favorite coach, Coach D-Wade.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Man, it's another beautiful day. We got some really good rain. The Lord blessed us with rain the last day or so.
Yeah.
And man, I love it when it rains and I love it when it stops. But before we get started, I do want to give a big shout out, happy birthday shout out to my all-time favorite professional basketball player, the one, the only, the beautiful, the elegant, the super talented, the incredible Nafisa Collier is 29 today. So happy birthday, Fee. Happy birthday, Fee.
You did call her and talk to her?
In my mind. In my mind. And then we got other stuff to get into, but then shout out to our brother from another mother, J-Dub, up there in Great Falls, Montana. Oh, goodness. There's Sean. Sean, sorry my wife has come out and about tonight. Okay. All right.
It's all good, brother. We always here.
Yeah, I told Sean we're gonna have him on the show. So
yeah.
But Sean's good. Sean, I want you to give everybody your oh gosh, what's the word? Just your thoughts on the little loaf of bread that was delivered to you the other day. Let everybody know.
I talked to him Sunday. He liked it, man. Since you're talking about Nafisa Collier, let's go ahead and just talk about it, man. Let's go ahead and jump into WNBA playoffs real quick.
Yep.
It is here. Round 2 is already cleaned up. And so right now we're finished one game of the second series. Right now we got it. Indiana Fever is up one game versus the Las Vegas Aces, and we got the Minnesota Lynx is up one game over the Phoenix Mercury. And just some little note. I mean, first of all, congratulations to our girl Asia Wilson for winning not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 MVPs of the WNBA. Yep. We were so rooted for Nafisa Collier to get it, but I mean, it's undeniable, man. When Asia Wilson came back and she just took on, went on a tear, and she just made it undeniable, man, with what she brings and what she means to WNBA. So congratulations to Asia Wilson. With that said, they dropped their first game in the second round to Indiana Fever, and there's so much questions out there. What's going on, Corey?
The loves. Sean Smith said it was fantastic. My wife even liked it. She does not normally eat nuts off the chain. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much, brother. You know, when you leave those kind of comments, it means you got more sweets and more snacks coming your way, brother. So
absolutely.
Thank you.
So I want to know, and I don't know if anybody else out there want to know, but I want to know. What up, Drew? What up, man?
Drew.
I was just hanging out with my brother just a few minutes ago, man. I had to leave his house and come over here. So yeah,
nice.
Hanging out with my boy, talking sports. But no, so the question is, why is this Indiana team so good without Caitlin Clark?
Well, I mean, isn't Sophie out too?
Yeah, Sophie Cunningham was out, but she wasn't contributing on the offensive side. She was more that workhorse dog on defense, whatever. But offensive-wise, I mean, they're a whole lot better. Because last year they made the playoffs, but they got knocked out first round. This time they done shocked the world. I mean, my goodness.
You got, Leah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell stepped up their games. And so sometimes you're more motivated when your quote unquote star players out to prove everybody wrong, Yeah. And so I'm hoping that Indiana continues to have success and continues to do what they've been doing. So
yeah, I mean, 2 words. Well, one person, 2 words. One person. I don't know. I'm trying to make it sound good, but anyway, Odyssey Sim. She comes in and takes over the point guard duties for Caitlin Clark. And obviously, Odyssey is a veteran. She's seen her better days. But what she brought to Indiana is what Indiana needed, right? Obviously, bringing Caitlin Clark, last year was a little bit more excitement. She brought a little more IQ than what they was used to seeing from the point guard position. But Odyssey Sims coming over to bringing that same level of IQ, but not necessarily the same level of talent. But they didn't necessarily need an extra level of talent. They needed IQ.
Yeah.
Odyssey Sim is not been known to be score. She can score, but that piece of the puzzle, I think, is what, and just like Z-Man said, yeah, exactly. Because Odyssey Sim was going off of her and bringing what Caitlin brought that. Problem with Caitlin was trying to silence her doubters, please her fans. And so with the ball movement, her point guard IQ was on point. But trying to shoot the ball from the logo every time up the court was causing too much of a disruption, right? Caitlin, I know you're on the sideline and I know you're watching, and I hope you're not watching to say, okay, when I get back off on her, we're going to automatically win a chip if we make it this far. Please understand, watch Odyssey Sims, understand the greatness of Kelsey Mitchell and what Aaliyah Boston do. All they need you to do is play good. They don't need you to play great. There are going to be some moments where you're going to play great when the talent needs it, but not every single game. Go ahead, Coach D-Way.
Well, I was going to say was you mentioned our girl is filling in at point guard. Fellas, everyone listening, everybody tuning in, we all know one thing. I don't care what sport it is, there is no substitution for experience.
Facts.
Okay?
Facts.
Experience. If you are someone that is an average player and been a dog in this league for a minute, but you know what this league's all about and you know what you're supposed to do to help your team win games, that experience and that maturity, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
No substitute for that. So kudos.
That's the reason why DeWanna Barner went to Phoenix.
Yep.
So I mean, it just is what it is. And they're playing. I mean, they got to unfortunately play the Minnesota Lynx, but talking about Indiana, let's go over to the Aces side. You can live with Chelsea Gray being your top scorer. You can live with Jackie Young being your top scorer. You definitely can live with Asia Wilson being your top scorer. Those are your top three starters. They're going to get their points. This came around. Jackie Young was their top scorer with 19 points. I mean, all three of them ladies had a bad game, especially with Asia Wilson. 6 for 22 is not going to get it done. We know what she's about. Overall, the team only shot 40% field goal. That's not going to get it done. But Jackie Young, you played 28 minutes on Sunday. 3 points ain't going to cut it, Jackie Young. Now, we talked about this last year when you was over with Seattle, and I thought you replied and said you heard me, EC22, but you're falling back in your old ways, Jewel Lord. Now you don't got lucked up and came on a goddamn championship team, and you're gonna have to prove something. You got to do something better than what you're doing, Jewel Lord. This ain't gonna cut it.
Preach, TC.
Now, the whole vibe over in Minnesota, when Phoenix have a bad game, and we talked about this a couple of days ago, they're supporting Cass, D-Way. It's sick. I mean, of course, you want Phoenix Collar to be that, to be the front runner in points and lead the team. But if she having a bad game, my God, talk about their backups, man. My goodness. Or not the backup, but their supporting cast.
Well, I mean, we've given so much love to Caleb McBuckets McBride.
Yeah.
And man, I sure want her on my team. I don't care if I'm playing ping pong or badminton or pickleball or Chinese checkers. I want McBride on my team.
Yeah.
But she's got that just enough dog in her to do what she has to do. And then who's a little point guard girl that just lights it up?
Courtney Williams.
Yeah, Courtney, man, all Courtney does is just make plays and find her teammates and just make plays. And
the only team that win anything in Minnesota. Hey, we're gonna get to Minnesota in a little bit, but yeah, right now it's for chips.
Yeah. So and there's something you can't put enough emphasis on the one thing that Minnesota's had all year, and that is team chemistry.
Yeah.
Those girls love each other. Yeah. They're buds, they're friends, they hang out together. They laugh together, they cry together, they dance together, they fight together. And out of all the WNBA teams I've seen this particular year, the Lynx chemistry is amazing. Let's see what Z-Man's talking smack about.
Hey, you better leave Daddy's girl alone.
Courtney needs to stop missing wide open layups. Yes, Z-Man, and so do you. I've seen you play too, okay?
Oh, that's personal. That's personal.
The first Saturday of every month.
We don't do personal.
Yeah.
Courtney, she sometimes her mind goes faster than her body and she does miss layups, but she's that player you want in your squad. I mean, her and Kayla McBride led them in scoring the other day. So kudos to their to their supporting cast over there. But I want to go back to this comment that Lewis made about A'ja Wilson. Comfortably and easily won in the NBA WNBA MVP with 51 first place votes with Nafisa Collar 18. Mm-hmm. This is the problem with media because they're not watching. Choosing A'ja Wilson is low-hanging fruit if you're going to say that is unanimous. Mm-hmm. Because you haven't been watching. It's the name that you know because she's the one that's won it. Now, does she deserve the MVP? Of course she does. But unanimously, no way. They haven't been watching Nafisa Collier all year long because the people that get to vote on this, those 18 people that got Nafisa Collier, they're probably the WNBA girls. Those other 51 come from those other male sports writers who only cover the WNBA at this particular time. Because if you watch the WNBA, it shouldn't. If it went to Nafisa Collier, nobody in the WNBA world would have been mad. Because that's what she brings. I don't care what Becky Hammond said about all of that. Obviously, she's going to choose her girl. But it was not close at all. I mean, it wasn't unanimous. It was super, super close. I mean, there was just a fraction of a point ahead of each other in their points. Yeah. In their average points. I mean, they're just a point away from each other. Like, come on now.
Did anybody else even get any votes?
Probably not.
I wouldn't think so. Nobody else deserves votes except those two ladies.
Absolutely, absolutely. She should have got more first place votes, but it's so funny because I watched Stephen A. make the comment, and this is what I'm saying right here. They exclusively asked him about A'ja Wilson and what she means to WNBA, and his first sentence he brought up Caitlin Clark. We ain't seen Caitlin Clark since the middle of the summer.
That's right.
That's the problem with these male sports writers because they only know what they allow themselves to know. They're not completely invested. And so choosing A'ja Wilson is low-hanging fruit because that's the name they know. They didn't want to go do the research. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it is what it is. I'm with you, Lou. Nafisa Collier should have got more points. It should have been closer, but it obviously wasn't. It is. And if you guys think I'm geeking out for no reason, go pull up some highlights. Go back and look at her stats. You'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, either way, those are the two best in the league. And like you said, if Fee would have gotten it and A'ja wouldn't have gotten it, it would still have been.
Would have been cool. I would have been cool. I wouldn't one of them two. Like, I just wanted to be closer than what it was. That's all I'm saying. You know?
Yeah. Facts.
All right, y'all know. Y'all say, Eric, carry on. Okay, I'm carrying on. I'm going to go ahead and carry on. NCAA, D-Way. It was some exciting stuff we saw this weekend. I don't know if you was watching like I was watching. But
yes, what do you mean if I was watching like you were watching?
So I'm going to go ahead and let you talk about your did your Aggies play this weekend?
No, they were off. They were had a bye week.
And for good reason. Nobody wants to see the Aggies. No, just playing. No, man, it was some good football out there, man. I was excited for what I was seeing. Let's go ahead and talk about just with the regular Indiana and Illinois, 63-10.
Well, I didn't see that coming. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Did you see that coming?
No, I that was the game that I want. That's the game that I got up. Well, I was already up, but that's the game that I watched, thinking it's going to be the closest and most exciting game.
That's what I thought. And the line was like 7. I thought that I thought that was going to be a touchdown game. Is what I really did think. And I thought it was going. I was hoping that it was going to be the last team that had the ball won. But
I was thinking because you said it was a touchdown game, but only one team got the memo.
Yeah.
Illinois let's say this, a top 10 team. Well, it was a top 10 team.
Yeah.
Gets their tail handed to them by, was it number 6 or number 16 team? I think what a 1916 team. But man, this Indiana team is better than what a lot of people are giving them credit.
Well, because they were so good last year, everybody's like, okay, they probably graduated a bunch of them, but apparently, they gave that coach last year a big multi-million-dollar deal, and so they're still rolling.
Yeah,
they're still rolling. So, but I've watched a bunch of different games. I'll tell you one of the games, and you'd be proud of me.
Yeah,
you're gonna be proud of me.
Come on.
I watched some Big 12 football this week.
As you should.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about it then. What did you see in Big 12?
The one I watched that I was really blown away by is down in Waco, Arizona State, the Sun Devils.
Yeah.
Went down to Waco and visited the Baylor Bears.
Yeah.
And ASU got the win down there in Waco. Got the win on the road. And I'm telling you what, ASU, they got a good squad. They can play. And that old boy coaching, that young guy coaching, is doing a good job. I thought because they had a couple of I think their quarterback and their running back, Scadaboo, who plays for the
New York Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they graduated, but hey, they went into Waco. I know, and Baylor's got a good squad.
Yeah.
So, and then I caught a bunch of the TCU SMU to blow out. TCU had their way with SMU. I'm sorry.
No, because I'm about to get on it. You brought up that game. I'm gonna get on it.
Please.
Kevin Jennings. We talked a few weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
And I don't know if you was listening. Nobody responded to me and told me that you got the memo. But however, this week you got the memo. Now, stats don't show it. Stats don't show it. 2 interceptions don't show it, but you played a heck of a game. Y'all know he's his wide receiver, I think, is second in receiving yards. I mean, so he's doing what he's supposed to do as a QB. But we always talked about the mistakes he made and that bad SMU defense. Oh my God!
Mm-hmm.
Right. But however, that one little mistake with 4 minutes left to go in the game, those things that you're trying, you're down, and you're scrambling, and then that last little interception that happened at the last couple of seconds don't count. So I'm not going to even, Kevin Jennings, I'm giving you grace. I'm not going to even trip on those last 2 interceptions because you're playing from behind. You're out there playing what you're trying to do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, you played a whole lot better. But y'all defense, my God, yeah. Y'all on the hot seat. SMU defense, come on up to the front of class. Come up to the front of class. Don't none of y'all decide to go play for the Cowboys because we don't need no more of that bad stuff. Louis breaking it down. He said, what Lee said, okay. Dang, they just completely disrespected Alyssa Thomas. My God. And she shouldn't even been up there, Alicia Gray. I mean, she's my Atlanta girl, but I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Kelsey Mitchell up there. Phoenicia Collar got 42 seconds. I mean, yeah. But I mean, it was a landslide. 51 first place votes and 21 second place votes. I mean, my God, they was hands down. They was trying to give it to Asia Wilson. I mean, I ain't mad at that, but y'all, that is crazy. Thanks for that, Lou. OU, Auburn. Man, look. I told y'all, man, that OU is probably one of the is probably should be a top 5 team. But how these we're gonna talk about those media people, the AP poll, they should be a top, but now their QB material is out having hand surgery, and that just messes everything up.
Yeah.
I don't know who they got as a backup. Martez and Lou going to talk about it on the top of the hour, 7:00, about that OU situation. And Coach Martez is going to give us more insight on his Oklahoma Sooners. But, man, the question is, without their top quarterback, do they drop in rankings? Maybe not this week, but obviously next week. I don't know.
Well, I don't think they can drop until they
I mean, obviously they're going to have to lose and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're going to see. Texas Tech and Utah. That was another game that I was.
Man, that was a good game. I watched all that one
because that was because it's Big 12 versus Big 12, and Texas Tech did their thing against Utah. 2 undefeated teams. And I don't know why Utah see. I gotta save my steam for later on because the AP poll be tripping. But Texas Tech got the better of them. They did their thing.
Yeah, I didn't know Utah was one of the loudest stadiums in the nation.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Tech was having a hard time hearing, but man,
well, not too much. They came up with the W.
gotta give those kids their props for going in there to Utah.
Yeah.
And winning that game against a real good Utah running youth team,
You want to know why? Because see, we Big 12. Big 12, we ain't about all the flashing lights of the SEC and the Big 10. We come to play football.
Yeah.
For all you, y'all know I fan out of a Big 12, so anything I can say, but that's number facts. I don't care what you say. Are you gonna talk about Arch, or do we need to talk about Arch and his excellent performance against Sam Houston? Do we need to talk about it?
You know what? What I'm going to say is probably better material than talking about Arch. But a guy that I have a lot of respect for, and a guy that has done just a great job for over 20 years. If you haven't heard it yet, Coach Mike Gundy got let go from Oklahoma State earlier today.
He should.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He played quarterback there, and he's he's very well thought of. But it just goes to show you, you have to put a good product on the field. Those guys make millions of dollars. Right. Those coaches do, and they're expected to win. And this deal just didn't start last week or week 4 last. This thing started like about 4 weeks in the season last year. They haven't beat anybody. They haven't beat anybody. Oklahoma State hasn't. And what I was reading earlier today is that they didn't do a good job with this, with all the different players. What is it? The portal, the player portal thing.
Yeah, they didn't get a lot out of the portal. Yeah.
They just didn't get what they needed out of that, and didn't really utilize it. So,
right.
They're playing Tulsa in Stillwater, and I'm for him, my man, Mike Gundy. They're playing Tulsa. They got University of Tulsa in Stillwater.
Yeah. And
the fans at halftime are chanting, and I mean loud, "Fire Gundy, fire Gundy."
You saw my rant, saying a couple of weeks ago, they got beat down.
Yeah, by Oregon, yeah.
Yeah, so, and I'm like, we don't do that in the Big 12.
Yeah, so they, it's fine.
It's fine.
You got to do what you got to do from a program standpoint, and it was time to make a change there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably won't. I can't see them winning very few more games this year. But whoever, I guess they'll name an interim coach, somebody off the staff, but Mike's got plenty of money. Coach Gundy will be remembered for I'm a man. I'm a 40 ramp.
Yeah. That's what
man,
talking about.
See, man, you don't know anything about. You don't even remember that, bro. How do you?
Are you trying? Because you keep saying that. Are you trying to be Game of Thrones? Nothing, Jon Snow. You know nothing, Z-Man. Is that what we're going here?
He doesn't know anything about Oklahoma State and Mike Gunn. He didn't know.
Oh my God! Courtney is talking about the Memphis and Arkansas game. That's a game that I did watch. But I'm pulling up the box scores right now. Yeah, it came out to be a doozy, man. 31-32. Memphis Tigers edge the Arizona Razorbacks. Man, listen. Yeah, I didn't see the game, but I'm looking at these stats. First of all, Taylor Green, their quarterback, 325 yards. Brandon Lewis, they actually ran 199, but they still came out. But the rushing for Memphis, 290 rushing yards.
Wow.
Woo. What kind of, man, that's a bunch of bull. What? Man. Good Lord. And 3 touchdowns, man. Yeah, they pretty. See, that's old school football, running down your throat. That's the stuff that Nick Chubb be talking about, man. Beat a team and kill their will by running down their throat. And even though it was a tight game, obviously one team came to throw the ball, the other team came to ran the ball. And usually the passing wins it. Not in this case against Memphis. Memphis said, keep throwing the ball if we want to. We finna run this ball, chug, down your throat.
And people don't realize Memphis Memphis has had
I got a soft spot for Memphis.
Yeah,
I like it.
Memphis has had some good years in the last several years in football, and I went and saw them in the Cotton Bowl, against Penn State a few years back, and they got a good team. And I don't know what. I mean, Arkansas is another one that better pick it up because they're going to get their teeth kicked in their SEC schedule. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the SEC schedule. That SEC. Since all right, here we go. I've been prolonging it for so long now. Do we got any other games to cover? Yeah, I wanted to go back to SMU, that SMU game, real quick. Just want to give a shout out to our guy from TCU. I mean, man, Eric McAllister, wide receiver, 254 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. See. Now I don't know if that because the SMU defense is just that bad, or this kid is just that good. Now he's ranked 19th amongst all wide receivers right now, with it only a few games being played. But still, I mean, you let one kid go out there and get 250 receiving yards. He must got some on your mom. He got some pictures or something that he's throwing. I don't know, because ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna let one kid get 250. I don't care how bad the defense is, D-Way. I ain't letting one kid do that on me. That's crazy.
I don't even know where he's from either.
I don't even know. He's up there with TCU. So definitely, absolutely.
He's up there with TCU.
How about Lane Giffen going forward and fourth down while whining against the Green Wave? D-Way, see, Z-Man, this is why you need to come on the show, because, I mean, respectfully, right now, ain't nobody watching Tulane. I say that, Z-Man, you know I love you, brother. I love you. But see, I need more and more energy. I just didn't. There was too much games come on, and I didn't pick Tulane. I'm sorry. D-Way, did you see the two with the
I was actually texting Z-Man back and forth during that game. It was a good first half game.
Okay.
But the big D1 athletes of Ole Miss, the big offense defense linemen, they took the game over. And I love me some Green Wave, but he said, "How about Lane Kiffin going for it on fourth down while winning by 30?" I think that's the perfect time to go for it when you're winning by 30. I don't know.
It's definitely an arrogant move, but at the end of the day, it's like and I guess that's what he's talking about, because that's definitely an arrogant move. I mean, did they fight him on the field? Did the other coach go out there and jump on him? That's what I would have done.
But Tulane's going to bounce back. They got a real good squad. It's SEC football, and when you get in there with the SEC horses, and that's a tough place to play. Ole Miss.
Who's in the SEC?
Who's in the SEC?
That you just named, yeah.
Ole Miss.
Oh, that's who the Tulane play. They play. Ole
Yes.
Miss? Oh,
that's why I'm saying SEC. I mean, it's just a different planet, and they got the horses on both sides of the ball, and they got the horses on both sids of the.
So you mean to tell me? Okay, here we go. 45. Good God Almighty! Yeah, that was terrible. Number 13. Yeah. Tulane should went out there and swung on. Tulane only got one loss. That's the only loss.
He was just one out there swung on.
I would have went out. Yeah, you can't do that.
Hey, Eric McAllister is from Azle, Texas, which is just a little bit north of Fort Worth there. So that's cool that he's
Corey, where you seen that documentary at? The documentary on SMU, Eric Dixon and Craig James. Pony. Yes. Let him, because I want to see that. That was before, obviously, the death penalty, but yeah.
Corey, don't be disrespecting Lance McElhaney, from Highland Park. That was the quarterback of that bunch. So, but Z-Man, I probably no. That's good information. Yeah. That somebody need to jump on that dude, get fined or something. That's just some things you just don't do. I mean, come on now, you can't do that team like that. Oh man. Oh, what was on? I think we got past. Oh, my rant. Y'all, what I'm about to say, please don't tell J-Dub, because J-Dub do not like when I talk about the AP polls, because he says that it's not about the rankings. Nobody cares about the rankings, because at the end of the day, it's about the team that wins it all. And I totally understand that. But J-Dub, you're wrong. It is about the rankings.
At least for my opinion. I'm looking at the new top 25 by the Associated Press. First of all, y'all, I understand that this is the way it's been for years. I understand that a group of men and media people get in the room and they vote on the top 25, and obviously they're going to pick the big teams, whatever, and they got all this information in front of them, and they're doing the best they can, trying to make the best teams possible in the top 25, who they think it's all opinionated. They vote on them, whatever. But you can't tell me they ain't biased. You can't tell me that they ain't getting paid or they got some people in different alumni that they're in their back pocket that they need to give favors to, right? Because we say it's not about the polls, and if it's not about the poll, then why have one? Why we just can't go by schedule at the end of the day? Because if you have, let's say, a Conference USA team that they're undefeated, and they're going to tell me that this team does not deserve to be in the playoff because the conference they're in. So it's not a problem with the conference, it's a problem with the scheduling. Because if you want to schedule them against some tougher teams before they hit conference play, then they will have a loss on their record. But at the end of the day, they did what they're supposed to do by going undefeated. Therefore, they should have a spot. So I'm just saying. But I'm not too mad at this list, except that I'm completely mad at this list. At the end of the day, I'm looking at your top 10. Texas lost their first game, played poorly their last two of them. They came out a win. All of a sudden, Archie played lights out this last game. But if you look at the teams that follow, Indiana, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, and Iowa State, all teams that are undefeated. You cannot tell me, based on what we've seen out of these other four teams, that Texas Longhorns can beat them. And if you say that, you just fan it out over Texas Longhorns. You mean to tell me that Texas Longhorns can beat Indiana from what we've seen out of Indiana? No, they can't. You mean to tell me that Texas Longhorns are better than Texas Tech? Absolutely not. Ole Miss, we just talked about, who beat up on Tulane. No, they're not. Iowa State. No, they're not. They're not even better than Tennessee in their own conference. And they're ranked higher than them. You know that. Y'all know that. That's my rant. This whole top 10, 25 Associated Press, even the FCS is terrible too. But I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that. The coaches' polls look a little bit different, but they're doing something totally different over there. But anyway, that's my rant. We're 32 minutes into the show. So we're going to go ahead and kick it on over to NFL. First of all, D-Way, I'm sorry, Coach. Am I losing my mind? Please tell me. If you tell me I'm losing my mind, I'll stand down.
No, and you're 100% right. My problem with the top 10, we'll stay top 10, is most of those teams haven't really played anybody.
Facts.
A&M beat a really good Notre Dame team.
Yeah.
Texas lost to Ohio State. So, but we're going to find out if
we
Texas,
can see anything. Go ahead, D-Wade. I'm sorry.
We're going to find out. Z-Man's going to laugh so are you when I say this. If Texas is going to be who we thought they were. Yeah, we're going to see. As Arch gets into the SEC, the meat of the schedule, and we're going to see if Texas, because didn't they start the year at number 1?
Who that? Texas, they did, yeah.
Yeah, and they're dropping all the way down to 10.
Thanks for that, Corey.
Yeah, and so we're going to see if Texas is who we think they are. And so let's just leave it right there. I mean,
see, D-Way, I was trying to leave it there, but then Z-Man come with this comment right here. How about Notre Dame won in their top 25? Y'all know last week Notre Dame had 0 wins, and they were still number 22 on this list. 0 wins. Since when do we have a team with 0 wins in the top 25? And the sad part about it, they went up points. They didn't play last week. They lost their first 2 games. They didn't play last week, and they went up 2 points. See, that's make sense.
I don't understand how an Illinois team that got the brakes beat off of them Saturday stayed in the top 25.
Because it's Big Ten. They're not going to let them fall out.
Okay.
That's got the butts beat out. I don't care. They was a top 10 team. Got beat by number 19 team.
Yeah.
Got the butts beat off, and they going 14 points. They probably said it's good enough to fall 14 spots. Boo.
But there's a lot of teams in here that we don't know anything about them. We don't know. I don't know what Tennessee's doing. I don't know. I don't know how good Iowa State is. Ole Miss, Tech, Indiana, Texas, A&M.
No, Iowa State, they're doing good. They look good. Miami look good. Penn State haven't really played anybody that too much. LSU look okay. Georgia look good. But it's these teams that I'm watching. Like I said, I believe that Iowa State is better than what people give them credit for. I definitely believe Indiana should be ranked a whole lot higher than where they are. A&M is doing their thing. And they're going to show a little love to the Big 12. They finally brought in BYU and TCU in the top 25 at the very, very bottom, even with their undefeated record. But they know they're going to start knocking each other off when conference play come, but we'll see. But that's my rant.
Yeah. I mean, well said, well spoken, and, only time will tell, but nobody knows who Texas is. So,
they're going to see. They're going to see clearly when they start playing. When they start playing the SEC teams, it's going to be undeniable butt whippings to the point where they probably get knocked out of the top 25. NFL. Let's talk about a few teams that we watched this past weekend. First thing I want to know is, man, listen, the Minnesota Vikings. Listen. We talked about Carson Wentz coming back into play, and most people didn't expect him to win that game because it was Carson Wentz coming to play, and they didn't think that Carson Wentz would do anything, the way he played when he was in the league, coming to the league with Dak, but yet he's out of the league. But man, Carson Wentz was probably a multi-million-dollar bus driver for that Minnesota squad. He did just enough from the quarterback position, to get them teams that win, because their defense, that old Brian Flores defense, came out to play, man. And they're with their little wide receiver guy that's playing in punt and kick returns or whatever, man. Roberts, man, just went completely off, man. That was a beat down that Minnesota put on. Who was they playing? Let me pull it. They was playing against some team that got their butt whooped. Who was that? Where was it? Against the Bengals. Yeah, Corey. Here go Corey. He said overreaction. Reality. Carson Wentz should remain starting coach. See, Lou. That's for your show. That's for your show. But I'm gonna answer your question. That is the reality. That is definitely reality. I think Carson Wentz. I mean, as long as the QB is out, Louis, I think that's fair to say, right? If J.J. McCartney come back, then they need to go ahead and go with the guy that they choose to be the future until they can't go with him, right? But if he's not healthy, then Carson Wentz showing you that he can be that bus driver for that team, Corey Patterson, he's saying Jake Brown is – that's why I say Corey, he was terrible. But you're not going to take nothing away from the Thunder. Yeah, their defense made all the plays, but Carson Wentz got the first touchdown. He got the first score. We got to give him credit for that, right?
Who was the guy that
Carson? Who? Wow, Bob. You know who Carson we're talking about.
Who was the guy that when Carson was the starting quarterback for the Eagles the year they won the Super Bowl, and Carson got hurt? Who was Nick? Nick was Foles.
Nick Foles
from Austin Westlake.
Nick Foles. Yeah.
Nick was another guy that came in and just did what he had to do to keep the train on the track, and
that was so unfortunate about him because he came in that one game.
And keep in mind, Bob's a little bit salty. He's a little beefy. He's a little sad-eyed, bushy-tailed, because the lowly Browns embarrassed his Packers, so he's got a little chip on his shoulder tonight. So.
Bob. Bob. Yeah.
So you can't come in here late and being all salty and beefy on us, So ragging on Carson Wentz.
Let's talk about that since Bob is salty. We should be talking about this. We get to that game. We get to that game next because we're gonna run a shot cloud out with that other team, but we're gonna get to that game. He said, "Careful, coach. Let's talk about the kid." We're gonna get to that too. But that was a disappointing game with Green Bay. There's a thing where they say called presumptuous. I think Green Bay was presumptuous against the Browns. They didn't come and bring their A game. And like you said, we're all professionals at this level, right? You got to come to players. Don't just think you're gonna walk out there and just get an easy win. You got to come to players, and Brown showed them that they can beat a top-rated team like Green Bay. And now Green Bay got to go look at themselves in the mirror and say, hey, we got to fix what we got to fix, because this type of stuff can be infectious. Who would have thought, D-Wade, at this time in this season, that right now the Houston Texans will be 0-3, and the Indianapolis Colts in their same division will be 3-0.
Well, nobody would have thought that. For starters,
hey, Bob, you better leave Love alone. Love is our guy.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute, Bob. So let's table that. Here's what I think. I think, and I'm including all of the teams, I'm not leaving anybody out. I think this year we might be seeing the most evenly matched teams from top to bottom that we've seen in the parity in the NFL right now is at an all-time high. It's anybody's to win. So
yeah, they are. Daddy Dives and Jonathan play MVP football. And I know it's early, but no, I'm with you. This is what they're showing right now. Go ahead and talk about Love, because you're talking about the parity of the NBA is that it's evenly. So is Bob ready? Is that a reality that Bob is ready to give up on Love? Well, he said he's not sold on Love.
Yeah, he didn't say he's ready to give up on him, but he's not all in 100% on him. And so let's see what he says. Love has lots of talent, but he makes bonehead plays, throws in critical situations. Man, all those kids do. All those younger guys do. And it's just, I still think the Packers are going to be there at the end. But yeah, who would have thought the Texans would be 0-3 and the Colts would be 3-0? Nobody. So
right. So here we go. Corey, this is for you.
Woo!
What happened?
What happened?
Let me say this because I'm gonna get it all started. I ain't gonna say lucky, but they got lucky last night. They got lucky last night. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Oh wow. Dang. Okay.
So explain yourself, Lucy. Explain yourself. Why you say they got lucky last night?
Because you know good and well. I think the pass need to be absolutely. I agree with that, Drew. Not Dallas, Love, and Green Bay is going to. Oh yeah, absolutely. So bully the bully. How about the 3-block field goals in the NFL this weekend? Yeah. That was so. Yeah. I think one of them actually cost the game too. Was that Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they did that thing. That was Pittsburgh.
No, but I thought it was Rams and Eagles is what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. But Pittsburgh got like 3 turnovers in the red zone and 2 in the end zone that caused that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and it was the other game. Bob, Lions have looked good last 2 weeks. I think they're a really good team, but they got lucky. I love their running backs. I really, really do. And I'm not taking nothing away from their running backs, but y'all know that these ain't those what they did is not normal behavior for those running backs. Y'all know that's why they've been shipped around the league so much.
Well, I like who's the receiver, the St. Clair, St. who?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, I like St. Brown. Yeah, so
he's the beast.
Lions win last night in Baltimore pretty much proved that they can still win ball games without Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator. Detroit plays with the same attitude as their head coach. True.
And listen, you tell me if I'm right or wrong, D-Way, and I want your honest opinion. The narrative that's spent in mainstream media is that, they talked about how bad the Ravens defense was last night. And at the end of the day, this is professional football. You're going to see big plays given up. But once again, it's a different ball game if that number 22, 6'4", 240, 50 some odd pound dude can't hold on to the ball. It's a different game. He did that the first game against Buffalo, and he did it last night. Talk about it, D-Way.
I think he's fumbled in every game so far this year.
Every game he's fumbled the ball. Just last week, he didn't toss him like he did the first game.
Yeah, and he went over there. I don't know if you saw. He went over there on the sideline, tried to throw his helmet down, almost broke his leg. Lost his balance, and
I mean, you fumbled your whole body.
Yeah.
You lost the ball. Then you go over there and fumble your whole body. The head hit the thing perfectly, but your body went that. Yeah, that's the type of energy.
And I said it. I said it early on, and I'm not going to change my mind. I still think the Ravens win the Super Bowl this year, but the only way they're going to win it is if number 22 takes care of the football.
And Corey Patterson has spoken. He said, "Come on, we shut it down the throw. They couldn't stop." Yeah, I know. That was
bizarre. It was in Baltimore. That was, I mean, and no disrespect to Detroit. They got a great football team.
Yeah.
That love their coach, and Coach Campbell's an Aggie, but boy, again, back to the parody. The Lillians are who we
the Lions are who we thought they win it all.
They may win it all.
So Lou, what can you do? Because when I'm watching him he's a big dude, he's a strong grip, but they keep I don't know the way he's positioned the ball as he's going to the ground. They keep punching it out. Every single game is a punch out. It's not like he's just fumbling the ball. They're punching the ball out. So it's like there got to be a different mechanic. Do we have to hold the ball like this? I don't know if his running mechanics will allow him to do that. But they're going to do something, or they may have to put some cheating sticky glue on him. Some I don't know, something.
Yeah, I mean, because he's too good. He's too strong. He's too powerful to keep fumbling the ball. Keep letting these guys knock it out of his hands.
Or D-Way, is it because he's a tall guy? Short guys, as they're going down, they're shorter to the ground. But when you're a tall guy, you got a long way to go, which makes it easier for them guys that are close and just that give. I don't know.
Runs real straight up, like you talked about,
like Eric Dickerson. Yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm sure it's got something. So they got more. The ball's got more exposure. But man, come on, D. Henry.
He would be fine. People humble sometimes. Yeah, people fumble sometimes. But man, this is every game. Yeah, he said he has. Yeah, and see, Luke, exactly, because Derrick Henry wants to leave that open hand, that one arm open, so he can shove players and try to bully his way into more yards. And so what you're saying is that covering up at the right time, but if he gets his hand in somebody's face and leave the other hand exposed as he's going down to the ground, then that's how guys are punching out. So you're right. I don't know how you tell a running back that the play is over. You know what I'm saying, Coach? Because they're still trying, and Derrick Henry wants to keep moving. So that you're right, Luke. He needs to do that, but him and Harbaugh got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And whoever their running back coach is, they're going to figure it out. Hey, let's run the shot clock out. Let's run the shot clock out by talking about this stuff right here. We about to do it, D-Way. We about to do it. Let's run it out.
The Bears.
Hey,
before I forget, if you're out there and you're tuning in and you're listening, and if you own the Dallas Cowboys jersey, you have to report to practice tomorrow at 4:00.
Yeah.
Okay.
No matter who it is.
Yeah.
Roger Staubach.
Yeah. If you got a jersey, if you own a jersey, be at practice tomorrow.
And if you got a T-shirt, join the cheerleading squad.
Cowboys,
all the help they can get, D-Way.
What is going on with the Cowboys?
You see, we ain't even talking about X and O's. We're just trolling right now. We about to make some folks mad.
Man,
look. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. This is the FairWeather Fan channel. You know the FairWeather Fan, because I love sports and I don't necessarily choose squads because I love the game. Not that I'm bandwagon riding. But, hey, I'm going to talk about the team that's doing their thing, right? I'm not going to be married to one team. But this Sunday, D-Way, I chose sides. Man, I went out with a group of fellas, man, and I had my Dallas Cowboy hat on, my Dez Bryant jersey on. I had the big dog chain with the star on it, man. I had my darn
no, you did not.
Man, and I came in the room talking smack.
Wow.
And probably about the second quarter, I got hot. All that stuff on was hot.
Yeah. You know, I think the thing that I'm mostly disappointed with Cowboys is the game with the Cowboys was a get right game. It was a perfect game for him against them. Yeah, that's true, Lou.
Yeah.
But here's the deal, Lou. The Cowboys didn't score at all. They went goose egg in the entire second half.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Couldn't score in the second half against a bad Bears team.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they weren't trying to throw the ball down the field. You know, Dak's 8 and 9 yard people to death, but I don't remember seeing. I mean, I guess late in the game when they had to, he started throwing it. But you're gonna have to hit some of these longer routes. You know, I'm concerned, man. You know, I'm concerned because Dallas they looked pretty good against the Eagles in the first game, but looked poor against the Giants, and they looked bad against the Browns. I have my brown bags from HB for the next Cowboy game. Well, hey, bring me one, G-Man. I'm gonna need it.
Now we already there. Brown bag, bad. Man, that's crazy. He said that was just like, yeah.
G-Man's tripping tonight, man.
So the one thing we were talking about, the fact that that Eberflus came from the Browns, it almost felt like this was him playing bad defense as an apology to the bad coaching he gave them a few years ago. So I don't know. I don't know, man. Well, at least the Cowboys have a good documentary out now.
Yeah,
that's about the best. That's just
it's about the only thing they've done right this year. So
he said, "Well, couldn't score in the second half. What was the byproduct of CeeDee Lamb's absence? Was that no?" And see, we talked about this Sunday.
Yeah, he hasn't been a factor yet, in my opinion. So
he said Pickens is not good as we thought.
Yeah.
No, so what Drew said is right. Pickens is not as good as we thought. The absence of CeeDee Lamb did make a difference in the game. But that's the problem, people. It shouldn't. We talked about Andrew got on me last week because he felt like that I was hanging on the nutsacks of Sean McDermott and Josh Allen because I was giving so much praise on how they spread the ball around to 9 different receivers. But that's what I'm talking about. Be a professional. You got guys that are in that spot. Get it to them. That's all I'm saying. We don't know who the star receiver of Josh Allen. Josh Allen has no Pro Bowlers at wide receiver. We know one guy, and that's Khalil Shakir, and most people don't even know him. But in that, he has nobody. But yet he gets the ball out. That's all I'm saying. So when you're looking at a CeeDee Lamb, like, no, we're not going to have no excuses because CeeDee Lamb is out. I'm sorry. Right. You're not going to do it, Coach D. I'm sorry. I keep getting mad, man. I'm not trying to get mad.
I agree. I just don't think
absolutely.
I don't think CeeDee's been a factor much this year.
Look at Mr. Captain Obvious. Yes, Cowboys defense secondary didn't show up. Yeah, they didn't. They did, and I appreciate that. But they didn't show up last week either. But we got a win, and they got covered by the win.
Yeah. The Cowboys, I mean, their defense, their secondary couldn't catch a cold right now. They're terrible.
Bob, explain that. You said the Cowboys O-line not good. I think they're doing okay because they're able to run the ball. Sometimes Dak do have a chance to throw the ball, but you can't hold the ball for 5 seconds.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have any good players that can get open. So I think the problem is not with the offense. The problem with their defense, clearly. You know, Cowboys has traditionally wanted to play Dak for Dak to be that game manager, like D-Way said, throwing the ball 9-10 yards down the field, try to open up for a big play when they get a one-on-one situation. But when you're behind, it's not going to help. So we don't have the guys. Corey Patterson, I think. It definitely hurt. But like I said, that's the problem is we can't. If you're building your whole offense around one guy, like no, that's not the way this works. Exactly. Thank you, Drew. Got to play comprehensive football. We know that who our guy is. Everybody know who their top guy is, right? But the only position that should hurt you the most is your quarterback. Because you're not going to go 3 deep in your quarterback unless somebody get hurt, right? Yeah. But you have 3 strings for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Next man up. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. I'm not sure what
Big Six Cowboys. I knew Ben was gonna get on here because that is our FairWeather fan. He is our what I call resident Bears fan. And man, being almost threatened to stop following the show because during halftime I was gonna
Hey, our brother Brandon Marshall, diehard Bears fan.
He need to come on. This is the perfect time to come on the show.
What I told him, hey, Brandon's got a big old possum grin on his face this week. Now his Bears beat the Cowboys.
But I'm gonna put Ben in the what they call it. I'm putting him in the king seat right now. We'll put Ben in that king seat. He got the big seat. He got the crown on his head because his team came out and did their thing. So there you go, bear down. Ben, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Your team came out and did it. And D-Wade, let's have a small conversation about your opinion about what they said on First Take. They said that what is most important, or what's the most concerning thing? Is Caleb Williams playing the way he did? Is that a big thing, or the fact that the Cowboys defense sucks so bad? Like, what's the bigger story here?
Well, the Cowboys defense is in serious disarray. Cowboys defense is in really big trouble. Okay, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they've got guys coming off the practice squad that hadn't even played that's out there in the secondary. Cowboys need to play a ball control offense from here on out to avoid putting defense on the field as much as they can. Ball control offense as in running the ball effectively, making the first downs well made. So basically, Lou, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and I think I agree with you on that. But 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and they've got the offensive line, they've got the running backs with Javonte Williams, who's a good running back, and Miles Sanders, and I know Jerry didn't want him to do this, but Dak's going to have to get out of the pocket and every once in a while run a little bit. Yeah, so.
Facts. He definitely got it, because sitting there, I mean, I know what he wants to be, but
Drew, this might be the worst Cowboys defense we've seen, and I've been watching the Cowboys my whole life, so this might be the worst. So
I think we all can agree that the bigger story is the Cowboys defense for sure, and that's what Carver Patterson saying. That's the biggest story, hands down. And if anybody disagree with us, obviously you're a Bears fan, which I ain't tripping on that. But I do want to highlight this about Caleb Williams. Lou said earlier that this was the get right game for him, right? Yeah. To show not only himself, to show his coach, and as well as Bear Nation, the Chicago Bears fan, that he can be the quarterback of the future, that he can see it. Because even though you have guys running open, he needs to be able to see it and get the ball there. So now we know what he can do. He can see it and get the ball there, because those passes were on the money. Even though, they was wide open, but, man, he was on the money. And guys didn't have to come back to it. They didn't have to do anything but catch it. You know what I'm saying? So he can spin the ball. The question I have is a big question mark, and we won't know until next week. See, Russell Wilson thought that same thing that he tried to do against the Cowboys, he was going to do against the team they played, and got his tail benched for the rest of the season. But we knew Jackson Dart was going to come up sooner or later, but I thought it would be later. But his bad performance Sunday, trying to throw the ball like he did on the Cowboys against the team who they played last week. I forgot. It was who was that? The Giants played somebody against Kansas City, and it didn't work for him. Now, will Caleb Williams come out and try to do that same thing next week against the team they play? If he does, play within your take what the defense gives you, because who the Bears play? The Bears play the Raiders. That's a good matchup. They play the Raiders. And, so Caleb, if you learn from the game and play within himself and don't go out and think he's the world's greatest passer and go out there and trying too much, because that's the report that came out of training camp. Yeah, that he wasn't calm and patient enough. So I just hope this game don't spoil him. We got some comments coming in. He said the Bears, exactly. Have to have him mode. G saying Lewis Murphy put the run back, keep from the ghost. Yeah, you can fix that to some degree, G. You can fix that. Yeah, the running back fumbling the ball on their first possession didn't really help us any. God dang. Bob ain't buying it. He said he ain't buying Caleb Williams. The wide open Robert. Facts. He said Drew is agreeing with us. In fact, every QB would look good at guy. Dang.
Yep. Yeah, you get Russell Wilson's a superstar one week, and next week he's benched. So I don't know.
He said too many coaches trying to win like other coaches instead of doing what it takes to win.
Jonathan G in the house. What's up, G?
So that's a very broad statement, but G and I, we talked a lot. G talks about how that there's a mimicking, for the lack of better words. When you start looking at the Belichick, and even you can add a Tomlin and all the Andy Reids, these new coaches coming up, they're taking bits and pieces from their playbook or from their style, and they're trying to build around it. And a lot of times you just may not have the right pieces that they have, and sometimes trying to play in those schemes, especially when you're taking their coaches. When you take somebody like a Brian Flores and from the Patriots and put him in Miami, and he's trying to run the Miami Dolphins like the Patriots, it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? And every other coach that came off of under Belichick didn't succeed. You know, as a head coach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So none of them did. So, but that's what he's talking about. But when you look at a pedigree like Andy Reid, his pedigree worked out just fine. They're all doing good. So I don't know, but I get it, G. You know what I'm saying? You can gain some. You can. I don't know. It can work either way. I don't know. But at the end of the day, what we're seeing out of Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, like Aaron Glenn haven't won a game yet, but they're playing great football. They just got a hard schedule, man. At the end of the day, man. And all of us love the Aaron Glenn dance. Oh my God. He need to teach me how to dance like that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, man, Cowboys. I'm just gonna give my honest opinions about Dallas Cowboys, and I've been trolling them all, y'all. For those who don't know, let me go ahead and clear the air real quick, D-Way, because I get it. People, it get confusing. I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. Let's call it what it is. I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. Been a fan as long as I can remember, me counting on both hands. I don't know, because when I was able to see TV, I was seeing the Cowboys. That's all I know. I can't say my whole life, but I know when I was able to see the TV, I was seeing the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I knew. That's the only team I ever knew. The reason why I'm doing this show right now is because the Dallas Cowboys have let me down so many times to where, out of the love of football, I'm not going to allow the Cowboys and their lack of play handcuff me from enjoying the sport of football and any other sport. So that's why it's the fair weather. Not to say bandwagon, but it's the thing about it is fair play, fair weather, a good day. You know what I'm saying? When a team wins, it's a good day. It's a fair day. It's fair weather. It's a good day. That's kind of like that. It's a playoff of words. But yeah, I will support those teams and win because, that's what we're supposed to do. We're not going to throw shade and hate on a team because they're winning. They're not our favorite team. No, we're going to love on them. The Bears won. They get all the praise that they deserve. We're not going to make any excuses for them. We're not going to say, because the Cowboys defense is so bad. We are going to talk about the Cowboys, but at the end of the day, it was a great win by the Chicago Bears, and it's going to be a great win by the Green Bay Packers next week.
Yeah, hey, think about this, EC. When you think about the Cowboys, they only have one big name player on the roster, and he got hurt. He's hurt now. It's talking about CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Cowboys have one big name on that. Just one.
I feel you,
just
Corey.
One.
Yeah.
Think about that for a minute. They've got just one guy that is a big name.
You don't think Dak is a big name?
Please, Eric. Really,
G,
really
get on him. Jonathan G, get on him.
Really want to go there.
Jonathan G is the self-proclaimed biggest Dak fan there is. So he's about to get unhinged by this statement. No, but D-Way, you have your right to opinion. But I do. When I look at the other quarterbacks in the league, I don't see that big of a distance. They just have better players. Because the way he sees the game, the way he approached the game, I think it's a game manager. I think he's an elite game manager. Dak is not going to go out there and try to be a game changer, but I think he's a great game manager. And like I said, I don't see the distance between him and other quarterbacks, right? You know what I'm saying? And so I haven't seen it,
Okay, so explain to me then. They scored 14 points. They scored 0 points in the second half.
Well, if you go back to the game, if my memory serves me right, I mean, we're like what's name put up a bunch of points in that second half either. They got 7 points.
I don't care about what's his name and that's not what we're talking about here. And I'm gonna tell you something else.
Come on, Coach.
I'm a monster Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
My whole life, I got to see all the glory years.
Yeah.
I love my Cowboys. I bleed blue.
Yeah.
But they're not very good. So
G said 40 passing attempts. That's not the winning formula for the Cowboys.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Ball control offense. Lou said it best. Ball control offense. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Take what they give you. Take your time. If you got to throw it underneath, check down, you do what you got to do. Take care of the ball. Don't turn the ball over. Don't get those stupid, ridiculous penalties, and just play real methodical, real boring football.
I would say, and I don't have my calculator out, and because I got it, but I would call it. I'm gonna give what I think is a fair statistic. I'm gonna say 80% of the interceptions thrown by Dak is because the guys are not catching the ball, tipping off their head and going somewhere else.
Wow.
And if you and so that's not on Dak. Just like now that one interception towards the end of the game. See, I love to see those interceptions when you're behind because now the quarterback is trying to throw the ball in a place he shouldn't be throwing the ball, trying to make something happen. You give those because that one touchdown is not going to change the name of the game. Now, if a situation to where you needed that touchdown or that play to win, yeah, you don't do that. But when you're down, you're just trying to make a play. I get that. But the first interception, it came off the guy's hand. Mm-hmm. And that's Dak putting the ball where it needs to be. And like I said, it's not on Dak, but 80% of his interceptions are because of those guys. And then because he's not playing, because the Cowboys not winning, and because he has a star on his helmet, everybody going to rush and say Dak is not this and Dak is not that. It's like, I mean, come on, let's be fair, people. We just sat there and said, and you just sat there and said that their only star player is CeeDee Lamb. If you got one player that's a star player, that's the problem, Houston.
Yeah.
He said 25 or less. I like that. Talking about the passes, yeah, I like that. He said, G agree with that. He's agreeing with me. What I'm saying is too. He said, like the one that bounced off of Pickens. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. That first interception, it came off of Pickens. He should have caught it. He went to Chicago. That was the first interception. Receivers don't. Yeah, see, the receivers don't want to catch like T.O. and Dez or type wide receiver, or even Jerry Rice. I'm going back in the day. I'm going back to the early 2000s, in the days of, I don't know if you remember this, Coach D-Wade. There was a show called Sports Science.
Okay.
And what they did was they would go and take athletes and different martial artists across the world, and they would put them in the element, let them do what they do, and they would create the sports science around it, right? And they were talking about, saying how greatness the fingertips was of Jerry Rice. Because they first went out and they did one on Chad Ochocinco and talking about his catch radius and the way he catches the ball. He has a catch radius that's bigger than an elephant, based on the science, right? So you're talking about, okay, that's Chad Ocho catching the ball in his palm. Let's talk about a receiver catching the ball with the tips of his fingers, and that's the type of stuff that you don't see guys catching no more. They want to be flashy with their head, and then of course you got some that are athletic that can't catch the ball with one hands. But putting your body in the position, like G said, catching the ball the right way. Oh, what was this? Somebody saying, yeah, they do got a problem. We've already talked about them. 0-3.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud is not being who we thought he is. Robert C's using tech. Yeah, and not exactly. D-Way, I mean, you know this. All your guys from your era came to the ball. Let's see what Z-Man say. And D-Way, you leave Z-Man alone. Yeah.
Well, we talked about that, Z-Man. You and I talked about that. If you can't put, at this level, if you can't put pressure on the quarterback, it's over. It is over.
So the secondary is supposed to put pressure on the quarterback, or is it like pressure like what? Not giving him a place to throw the ball or trying to rush him?
No, the front seven's got to get to the quarterback and hurry him.
Okay. The front, okay.
That's what I'm talking about. So
exactly, offensive line is the problem over Houston. Yo, D-Wade, we got you know what? We already ran the shot clock out. I don't want to go over time. I don't want to handcuff these people in their day. So we're not going to do pick'ems this week, man. We all just catch it next week, man. D-Wade, you got any final thoughts for the people as we close this show? The Bears.
Yeah, I'm concerned about the Cowboys, obviously, and I don't know what they're going to do. They just, like I say, they just don't have any. I hope that they do go to a ball control kind of offense and keep their defense off the field, and we'll see. I mean, we'll just have to see. So, yeah, I have nothing. I have no words. They are who we thought they are, Z.
I feel like coming over and giving you a hug right now because I can feel it in your voice.
Yeah, in my spirit. Yeah.
My final thoughts of this, y'all heard it here first from EC22 FairWeather Fan Show with Coach D-Wade. Listen, this whole Tank Davis and Jake Paul fight, this is the most fakest fight I've like. You couldn't. There was the press conference they had.
I was wondering if you're going to do that. Go there. You did.
Tank made a comment towards Jake and towards whoever the promoter was, and he said, "If y'all do X, Y, Z," and he kept it quiet. He's, "I'm gonna come up there and whoop y'all." Basically, make like y'all know what this fight is about, and if y'all do something, basically go against what we talking about or whatever, it's gonna be some real fighting going on. And both of them look like they got shook in their boots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said this after the last fight that Gervonta had. He's ready to retire. I think he's done. He went on a rant on his social media space talking about all this other stuff, and I just think he's done. I don't think he cares anymore. I think he's over it. We got some comments coming in. They talk about this problem. Johnny G, he said Jake Paul has the 8-inch height advantage and a 40. Right, it's a ruse. It's a ridiculous fight. Bob is still talking about the Packers who will have fun. That was his final words. Final thoughts about the Packers having fun in Jerry World Sunday night. Yeah, he is. He said defense is to give offensive ability. Exactly. And horrible for the sport. Exactly. I'm talking about the Jake Paul fight. And exactly. I don't know if Gervonta Davis got enough power to knock him out in a boxing match. Obviously, if they're out the street balling and he get to just wild on back and hit him, yeah. But like this is not a traditional boxing sanction. You can't fight a guy 40 pounds heavier than you. We ain't worried about the injury because we seen taller guys play smaller guys, but playing within their weight class. This is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. And Jake Paul still wants to be considered as a professional boxer. He still wants people to take him serious. You know, I don't know. He's not going to get a fight with Bud. He's not going to get a fight with Canelo Alvarez. He's not going to get a fight with Shakur. He's not going to get a fight with the top guys in that weight class. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to get it because they're not going to take him serious.
No.
I don't think Paul. I don't think Paul has. They keep saying he's strong. The people saying he's stronger because he's bigger. I don't think. Well, we know Gervonta Davis is a boxer. And I don't think Gervonta Davis is going to – I don't think that Paul has enough boxing skills to land a punch because he's heavier and he's slower. You remember that Gervonta Davis is a quick son of a gun. So he ain't going to be able to land on Jake. But with Gervonta will dance around the ring and make him chase him before he let him knock him out. Now, we got to give that young man that much credit. He ain't going to sit around and just going to let Paul hit him now. It ain't no easy money. You know what I'm saying? Because the same thing, that's the same thing that Canelo Alvarez fought against Floyd Mayweather. I'm about to beat this dude down, and he couldn't even touch him. And even it's so funny because after the fight, that's the first thing Canelo said to Floyd. Hey, man, you lucky I didn't hit you. Floyd looked at him like, that's the name of the game. Don't get hit. Mm-hmm. That's your problem, sir. You know what I'm saying? And Bud Crawford did the same thing. I'm going to hit you without getting hit. So anyway, Bud would be he know it. He would be the best of Paul. He said, I'm saying Paul should be trying. Yeah, he should be trying to knock him out. He should, because that's the only thing is gonna make him relevant. But at the end of the day, man, this is like I said, this is Gervonta Davis farewell tour. I think it's a big money game, a big money bag for him. This is a fixed fight, so he ain't got to go out there and really work hard for it. It is what it is. You know, whatever contract he worked out with the Paul brothers. To make Jake Paul look good as he ride off into the sunset, whatever. It is what it is. But this is bad for boxing, you know, because if this was a good boxing fight, this is when you have the Arabian guy and Dana White. And Dana White will not, hear me, Dana White will not promote a fight that any of the Paul brothers on. He appreciate their business structure, but he do not take them seriously. So yeah. That's all I got, Coach D-Wade, man. Listen, this has been the FairWeather Fan channel, man. Thanks for all you guys for making the show work. Once again, you guys understood the assignment. Leaving comments because you were invited to this conversation. And I appreciate it. From Jonathan G, Corey Patterson, Ben 10 came up in, my boy Andrew, Z-Man, Bob Nowinski up, and we just appreciate you guys for just jumping this conversation. Lewis Medford, they already started their show over there, man. So we appreciate you guys for making this show for what it is, man. Constantly bringing that energy, man. This has been your boy, EC22, Coach D-Wade. We're the FairWeather Fan channel. And guess what? Until Tuesday, 6 p.m. next week, we are out.